Pork does inside your body. Some religions in the world highly forbid the consumption of pork meat. According to their religion, this meat is considered to be unclean. To be honest, we don't know is there any logical explanation behind all this. Well, it appears that this religious sentence for pork consumption is actually true, because there are many medical experiments that can back this up. Well, pigs are scavengers by nature. This means that pigs will eat almost anything, including spoiled substances, feces, urine and even harmful growths. The pig's digestive system is actually incompetent for expelling these harmful poisons from the body. In fact, the pigs will process its nourishments in around 4 hours. Well, this amount of time is not enough to uproot the overload of toxins that were ingested. These harmful poisons are stored in the pig itself, especially in the fat cells in the pig's organs. According to a medical research conducted by a group of scientists, almost 69% of around 200 samples of all crude pork tests were loaded with harmful poisons and microorganisms, known as Yersinia enterocolitica. These harmful microorganisms can cause many health problems, such as fever, gastrointestinal problems, diarrhea, vomiting and cramps. Well, according to these studies, ground pork was more prone to be spoiled than pork slashes. Ground pork was also positive for different contaminations, including a questionable compound, ractopamine. This harmful compound is banned in Europe and China. The number of these microscopic organisms found in ground pork was terrifying and really dangerous, and it will make the treatment very risky and deadly if someone manages to get sick. We can also say that pigs are hosts to many different and dangerous parasites, infections and other creatures. Many of these harmful parasites can be transferred to human beings. Here are some of these dangerous parasites and infections. Taenia solium, this is an intestinal parasite, which can cause tissue contamination and loss of appetite. Meningel infection, this terrible infection can bring fever, chills, migraines and sweating. Trichinella, this is a parasitic roundworm. This dangerous roundworm can bring edema, myalgia, fever and malaise. Hepatitis C, it's a viral irritation, and it can cause nausea, jaundice and weariness. Some severe cases of this condition can cause liver fibrosis and cirrhosis. According to this study, medical experts have confirmed that if you cook the pork appropriately, you will decrease the danger of these parasites. But, still, there is no safe temperature for proper cooking when it comes to pork meat. And, if you choose to eat pork meat, we will show you some simple tricks of how to protect yourselves from all these harmful toxins and microorganisms contained in the raw pork meat. When you are cooking pork meat, make sure you use a thermometer to guarantee that you will get the appropriate temperature. Make sure the temperature is not below 145 degrees Fahrenheit for regular pork, and not below 160 degrees Fahrenheit for ground pork. You need to put and store raw pork away from other foods and substances. For example, a serving of mixed vegetables. You need to wash your hands really good while you are handling raw pork. You need to buy pork and other meats, which aren't treated with any medications. Make sure you make all natural pork, from pigs raised without any antitoxins or ractopamine. Also, you need to make sure you look for a proclamation regarding to the antibiotic use. If you see the markings "No anti-infections agents used" means that these cases with the USDA process verified shield are more reliable than the others. Some other labeling, for example Preacher Welfare Approved or Certified Humane, only shows the judicious usage of anti-infection agents to treat diseases. You need to be aware about the misdirecting marks as well. The mark national has nothing to do with the antibiotic usage or how the pigs were raised. The study experts also found many different unapproved cases, including no antimicrobial residues on packages of Sprouts pork, which was sold in California and Arizona. They've also found no antimicrobial development promotants marks on farmland brand pork sold in few states. What about organic pasture-raised pork? Even though this type of pork is obviously better and improved for us to digest it faster, it still shows and it has some concerns about our well-being. Well, the field-raised pork is exceptionally powerless to Trichinella spiralis contamination, or the so-called pork worm. We can easily say that Trichinella is one of the most dangerous parasites in the world, and it can cause some serious and intense health problems for all of us. But, don't worry, Trichinella can be destroyed in the cooking process. You need to make sure that you follow the rules and make sure the meat is cooked right. We all know that pigs spend their short lives on cement and steel grates. The manufacturers give the antimicrobial with their food and make the gigantic waste even more dangerous. We can easily say that this is the main reason you can notice a calf of swine operations miles before you even see it. But, in an operation, like Joel Salatin's, you can't notice any type of indication. This is because these pigs were raised in all natural way and they were managed cooperatively. The standard for all Americans is bringing these creatures up in CAFO farms. It's kind of shocking fact, but CAFO pork is the main alternative possible for all of us. The consumption of pork meat may be fine, but it's dangerous though. If you consume it for some you will end up getting some sort of the mentioned diseases. If the pressing health concerns are not enough, did you know that almost 97% of all pigs in the United States are brought up in factory farms CAFO, concentrated animal feeding operation? This means that all of these pigs will never get the chance to run on grass, inhale outside air or play in the sun. The pigs are confined and swarmed into stockrooms. They are nourished with an eating regimen, so they can gain weight faster. And they are also fed with medications and anti-infection agents to keep them alive and to support fast development. The pigs should have enough room to run and enough space to eat and sleep. But in these factory farms, they don't have the required space, they sleep and rest in their own feces, urine and vomit. We can also say that 1 out of 4 pigs experience the bad side effects of mange, an agonizing rash that doesn't go away. Cause of the bad living conditions for the pigs in the factory farms, the pigs are forced to live in terrible conditions and breathe lethal gases, for example, ammonia that originates from the urine and pigs' defecation. This gas damages the pigs' lungs to the point where more than 80% of pigs in the United States have pneumonia at the season of slaughter. We really hope you will change your mind and you will start thinking about better alternative for pork meat. And if you enjoyed this post, please share it with your friends and family. Thanks.